again, Sawyer with another point off the block. She's become unstoppable in this game.
Mentilla getting power. Nabasag na din yung double block.
De Leon unhampered.
Quick attack.
Hanging and banging. Wow! What a battle!
And this is what Heartstrong is all about.
Tiamson. Oh!
Sends that baby home! And wins the round! It's the 11th championship in women's UAAP volleyball. Carlos. Oh, sent back by Celito Nico. Strong blocking here from FEU. And FEU is back in the final.
Look at how happy these girls are.
Abil gets them closer. And Arado again keeps it alive.
Oh, what a save from Kat Arado.
Bailey opens up. Molde puts it away.
Very high ranking sa base. Able to get the points of attack. Karine has done well para dito sa base.
Molde flying in for the kill.
Molde a bit quiet in today's match. This should boost her morale.
PC Rodina unleashes a bomb right away for the Golden Tigers. Oh!
That's a huge hit from PC Rodina.
Pushing it across the net. Doria again, and she scores.
And Audrey Paran able to score for NU. Seems to have rediscovered their confidence here, Anne.
Your favorite volley bells come together right here at the Phil Oil Flying V Center in San Juan City as we begin coverage of women's action on a Wednesday afternoon. Our coverage brought to you by ABS-CBN Sports. And we've got 4 games lined up for all you volleyball fans at 2 o'clock. Lady Eagles sustained a defeat against their nemesis, De La Salle University last Sunday. Will take on UST Golden Tigresses, who won in 5 sets against Adamson. In the meantime, at 4 o'clock, UP Lady Fighting Maroons will take on the Far Eastern University Lady Tamaraos. Hi, everybody, and good afternoon. Thank you for watching us on SNA. We're also live on Liga. You can also watch us on sports.abs-cbn.com/livestream/UAAP. And also on iwant.ph. I'm Eric Tiban alongside Noringo. And our reports today will be coming from Franny Reyes, who's reporting for Ateneo de Manila University, and then Makaila Chavez reporting for UST. Good luck, ladies. We will talk to you in just a bit. But Noreen, a very unfamiliar position for Ateneo coming into the season in just their second game with a loss. Meanwhile, UST starting off on the right foot, a 5-set win against Adamson.
Yeah, Eric, I mean, today's games are actually very interesting. In all of the 4 teams that are playing today, only one has sustained a loss in opening weekend. So, of course, Ateneo wants to bounce back. So we expect good games today.
Let's take a look at the team standings after one game in for all of the teams in the women's division.
Yeah, you can see the 4 teams that has won the opening weekend is La Salle, FU, UST, and UP. And the bottom half is Adamson, Ateneo, NU, and UE. So, you know, it's just the start of the season. A lot of things can happen, but we do expect, you know, games to go the distance.
So you're saying still very early, no need to panic for Ateneo fans. I know there are so many, I mean, lined up outside the Phil Flying V Center. You can tell already how important this game is. You're looking at Jaja Maraginot, one of the setters of Ateneo. That's a position they struggled in. They were outset by Cobb of DLSU in that 4-set loss against La Salle. And obviously that's got to hurt for Ateneo. You know, they start off season 81 against La Salle,
right.
I mean, no less. So obviously they've got to step up and step up big. But they fell short, and obviously that will sting as they move on to the rest of the season 81.
Yeah, but on a positive note, it is the first game, and you can learn from that. You can see what happened in the first game in terms of numbers. It went 4 sets. Spikes went La Salle's way. Blocking Ateneo, that's a strength that they have to, you know, build on. Service went La Salle's way. Opponents' errors, it's funny because it was equal. It happened actually for La Salle on that 3rd set where they lost, where they piled up the errors. But when you look at the numbers, obviously the reception is a problem for Ateneo, and in today's game, they have to work on that.
And obviously, if they get good first balls, it's going to be a much easier time for Dina Wong, for Jaja Maraginot, and that's something that they can, improve coming into today's game. Obviously, they're working under a new system coach, Oliver Almadro, first-year head coach for Ateneo. So let's see how they gel in their second game. It's going to be a test, a huge test as well for them. And Kat Tolentino carried most of the load for the Lady Eagles in that loss versus DLSU.
Yeah, Kat Tolentino is a bright spot for Coach O and the rest of the Lady Eagles playing well. But the problem is she was the only one who scored in double figures, and Ateneo needs more people to step up to score if they want to win games.
We'll see the numbers here of Kat Tolentino, and obviously, again, it all boils down somewhat to that first ball. They can't really get their offense going, so Kat had to do a lot of the heavy lifting for Ateneo.
Yeah, I mean, really, Kat Tolentino played her game. She did what she could, but again, we got to mention it's a team effort. And a lot of people have got to step up, talking about Bea De Leon and Mali Patay. They have to step up. But for that to happen, you said it, reception has to be there.
Let's get this report in from Franny Reyes. Franny?
I want you to be aggressive. Yan ang hiningi ni Coach Oliver Almadro sa Lady Eagles. He wants them to let out their frustrations from last Sunday's game. Nakausap ko nga si Kat Tolentino at sinabi niya na naramdaman talaga nila ang first game jitters. They didn't play their game. They were scared. But today, they're coming out more confident, with more courage, and they're gonna be working better together as a team. Back to you, Eric and Noreen.
All right, thank you very much, Franny. Well, that's good news for the fans. They're coming out with more courage, less of the fear. Obviously, the UAAP, that goes to show you, for the fans, UAAP is a totally different level. I mean, you may play commercial leagues, but when you come to the UAAP, I mean, the butterflies in your stomach, the pressure from the crowd, the lights, the TV and all that, right? Makes a difference.
Yeah, it's good you said that, Eric, because it's true. A lot of people don't really understand how much pressure there is playing in the UAAP. People always base their comments on, pre-tournaments, but it's really different. I mean, the UAAP is a theater altogether.
Now let's take a look at UST and that win against Adamson. They looked pretty good in the first two sets, but somehow, some way, we all know Eris Pada and the rest of the Adamson Soaring Falcons, they won't go down without a fight, and that's exactly what happened. One of the many five-setters, by the way, over opening weekend, but not that we're complaining. It was, packed with a lot of excitement, especially for the fans.
Yeah, it was a really great game. It could have gone either way. It's just that Adamson in that fifth set actually lost steam, after pouring everything in the third and fourth set. If you look at the numbers here, UST ahead in spikes 50-41, blocks at Adamson, service 11-6, opponents errors just by 3. But Eric, when you look at the number, it's pretty much the same as that Ateneo LaSalle game. Whoever struggled in reception ended up losing that game. So, in today's game, it will be interesting because a battle of two different teams.
Now let's look at the numbers of one of their key players, this rookie Ea Laure. What an amazing performance for her. 3 players in double digits, and she was one of them. One of the top scorers, 17, along with Cici Rondina, and Alessandrini contributed 15. But, I mean, obviously, very difficult for Adamson to scout because she did not see a lot of action in the offseason for UST. But what a, a relief for sure for Kung Fu Reyes that he can, rely heavily on a rookie like Ea Laure.
Yeah, I mean, what impressed me really in that opening game for Ea is she played like a veteran. No, you don't think that she's a rookie.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think she's a rookie. It's her confidence level. The numbers said it all, 17 points. But it's really how she blended with her team. And she seemed like the missing puzzle for Coach Kung Fu in USC. So they're hoping for more wins in the season.
And she moved like, you're right. I mean, you're on point. She moved like a veteran. It didn't look like she was a rookie. I mean, save for, there's a resemblance to EJ, but she looked like a real Laure talaga when she was playing on the floor for UST over the weekend. Now let's get this report in from UST, Makayla Chavez.
After an exhausting 5-set battle in the last game. A lot said that we could have just ended it in 3 sets. But, you know, on a brighter note, the UST Golden Tigresses remains grateful to have not finished it right away, as they were able to identify their weak sides as a team and furthermore improve on in preparation for today. Now, entering this game against the Ateneo Lady Eagles, I was curious on knowing our edge among them. So then I asked Coach Kung Fu Reyes, and he told me na mas gutom tayo. You know, according to Coach, we haven't beaten them in 3 years' time. That is why the team is even hungrier to taste that most awaited sweet success against them. And we believe that this is not impossible, especially now that we have players with so much potential and talent. Balik sa inyo, Eric at Noreen.
All right, thank you very much, Makaila. So obviously that, you know, there's motivation right there. 3 years not winning against Ateneo Noreen.
If that's not motivation for you, I don't know what is. Of course, he's hungry for that first win in 3 years, sabi mo nga.
So it's going to be a really good match. Ateneo looking for their first win in Season 81. Meanwhile, UST looking for their first win against Ateneo in 3 years. Laure and Tolentino going head-to-head here. Lady Eagles and the Tigresses in our first match today when we come back on SNA.
Referee. And our second referee, Daniel Palada. And now let us hear you cheer for our starters. From Ateneo de Manila University, Lady Eagles. Number 3, Dina Wong. Number 4, Jules Samonte. Number 7, Maddie Badayag. Number 9, Bongay Gaston. Number 10, Kat Tolentino. And number 14, their captain, Bea De Leon. And their libero, number 18, Kim Gekiliana. Their head coach, Oliver Almadro. They will be facing off against the UST Golden Tigresses. Number 4, Caitlin Viray. Number 6, Milena Alessandrini. Number 8, Aya Laure. Number 12, Casey Galdones. Number 16, their captain, Cici Rondina. And number 17, their libero, Janelle Valerio. Their head coach, Emilio Kung Fu Reyes.
Here is the starting lineup of the Lady Eagles, and there's a little bit of a tweaking going on here for Coach Oliver Almadro, bringing back Jules Samonte in the starting lineup in place of Vanny Gandler. Well, let's see how this experiment will go for him. In the meantime, no change whatsoever for Coach Kung Fu Reyes and the starting lineup of the Golden Tigresses as they look for their second win of the season.
We have the new setter, number 20, Mate Galanza.
You know, that's you know, for the coaches, we've seen that a lot now in the past few years, is they don't have a fixed 6. I mean, some of them, like Coach Ramil normally changes things, and today Coach O as well.
Samonte starts things off for Ateneo's offense. There's a tip by Laure. Now Ateneo, I mean, in their first game, Noreen didn't look at all like the Ateneo we saw in preseason games where they performed so well. In fact, in the Open Conference, the PVL, they finished second place.
Yeah.
And stormed the entire elimination round looking like they were going to be champions at the end, right?
Yeah, that's true. But we gotta mention also that, you know, it's a start. That game between Ateneo and LaSalle, a lot of comments, people are saying, why so early? Of course, a lot of people wanted to try to get tickets, but the reality, it could be a blessing in disguise for both Ateneo and LaSalle because they can learn from it early on.
Let's get this report in from Michaela Chavez.
Eric and Noreen facing the ADMU Lady Eagles. The Tigresses are not threatened at all. Matapang nila itong haharapin, especially now that they're still on their winning momentum. Meanwhile, we've all witnessed the young Aya Laure showing no traces of being a rookie in the last game. And she talked to me. I was able to talk to her, and she really told me that she's grateful to have been awarded as a player of the game. But more than that, she feels even happier to know that the team collaborated and earned their win on her first collegiate game. Now, our team captain, CC Rondina, just wants them to play aggressively, but still, of course, with a heart. Balik sa inyo, Eric at Noreen.
Thank you, Michaela. Well, it seems like they are playing not just with a heart, but with a smile as well. Alessandrini scores for UST, and we're tied at 2. A lot of people were upset because they just couldn't get tickets. I think that's the main reason.
They're saying it's too early. There's no hype yet. And
we're not prepared.
Exactly.
We don't have our connections yet. But in the meantime, for UST, their last game, their first game of season 81, was it a surprise to read that they were so good in the first 2 sets, but then again, tables got turned around in the next 2 sets?
No, it just goes to show really that you cannot be complacent. Doesn't matter who you're playing. In this season, I think a lot of teams are better. All those in the lower echelon of last season are already better, so we expect a longer games.
Do you expect a lot of surprises? Season 81?
Yep.
Let's go to Franny Reyes of Ateneo.
So a while ago, I mentioned Kat Tolentino. Many know her as one of the top scorers of her team. Pero hindi naging madali ang kanyang journey. She injured both her knees, 3 ACLs pa nga. And there was a time that she questioned whether she was coming back to the game. But with patience and hard work, she got to where she is now. Kat has an all-out mentality for season 81. We saw it last Sunday, and today we'll see the same mentality from all of the Lady Eagles. Back to you, Eric and Noreen.
Thank you, Franny. Definitely a perfect example of perseverance.
Yeah.
Kat Tolentino. I mean, there were so many times you look at the Ateneo lineup and you think when she was gone, right? Like Ateneo would be so good with her on the floor, but because of the injuries, but you know, and to go through it 3 times.
Yeah.
Right? The rehab and the doubts every time you step on the floor. Am I going to be the same? Am I going to be 100%? Will I ever be back to 100%?
That's true. That's a struggle of every athlete who goes through a really bad injury, like with surgery and all. But she, you know, she's one of the players. She's not the only one, but she's one of the players. Like even Kat Bersol of UP, those who had ACL. No, you know, they're inspirations because people can come back from a bad injury and play well.
And you know, it feels like it's not stated enough how big of a deal the rehab is. You know, I hear from so many other athletes who've come and gone. Yeah, that's the toughest part, is getting back to where you were before the injury.
That's true.
And it's not just even the physical, as you see Laura get blocked there by Madayag. It's the self-doubt. I mean, not just the hardships of going through the daily routine of rehab, but you know, thinking in your head, will I push further tomorrow? Will I do I even want to do this again tomorrow? Yeah,
it's more a mental thing. So, you know, that's why athletes that really, you know, come out of rehabilitation, you know, back to being where they were before, they're mentally actually stronger.
That's right. As you see, Rondina get blocked on the cross, goes down the line to score and put UST on top by 1.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Coach Kung Fu. If CC Rondina can get going early on and try to control this match,
now serving
they're hoping to win this first set.
17 points, team high honors along with Ea Laure, who's serving right now for UST. Meanwhile, others have to step up for Ateneo. Pongay, Gaston, Madayag will have to step up. Jules Samonte, because only one player, 16 points in double digits, is not going to cut it for Ateneo. Not at this level. Not, you know, like what you mentioned earlier. So many other teams are getting better.
Serving,
so you can't just rely on one player each and every game.
Yeah, unless that one player scores like 20, 30 points, maybe. But yeah, you're right. You know, at this level, we need more. Each team needs more contribution.
Wow, and Rondina. Look at the air on her. Wow. 2 blockers and she was above him. She gives him at least three feet to the blockers.
Height,
Number 4.
But she makes up for in heart and in athletic abilities.
Giray, who's filling in as middle blocker in the place of Tin Francisco, who's not available for Coach Kung Fu Reyes this, at least at the start of the season, because of an injury. Serves long.
Serving number 3.
Those are the
Dina
struggles of
Wong.
each team, you know, when you battle injuries. And it ruins your rotation, but you know, you gotta really move on from there.
And Rondina is on a
Smart
roll
move
here.
from Rondina.
With a tip there, takes UST to our first technical
First
timeout.
technical
8-7
timeout.
against Ateneo here in set number 1. There's our reigning Rookie of the Year, Milena Alessandrini, and she's really starting to come into her own in the UAAP, Noreen.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, she wasn't 100% last season because of her shoulder injury. So obviously right now, I think she is already 100%. So we expect the numbers to pour, as in that first game with 15 points.
And what about UST? Before that win against Adamson, had a big win against the Alumni.
yeah. Well, that should boost their confidence. That should help, no? But I think Tita Mozi probably didn't play, or she.
So that was a game changer.
Yeah.
Mozi wasn't there.
No,
that's
I wasn't
why.
sure. She was there. I don't know if she played though.
Well, Maizo played, Tabaquero played, from what I gather. But still, 3-set win for the varsity team against the Alumni.
I'm sure that was really a bang of glass for all these UST players.
There's Alessandrini right on cue, making it a 2-point lead for Golden Tigresses here, 9 serving 7.
Early on, you can see, you know, the reception of both teams struggling because you don't see any plays yet.
Miscue on that attack. That is outside though. Bongay Gaston asking for a check. And Coach Oliver Almadro looking a little perturbed right now with the way his team, again, first ball, Noreen, is what we're seeing right now. That's one of their problems.
Yeah, we mentioned that in our pre-game, no, that giving up how many aces. So the team today, both teams today have got to really focus on reception, because that's what's going to dictate the game.
Ina Wong with an error, double contact. Again, could be a reception issue. And now the biggest lead of UST at 4 points. Tolentino, good up by Rondina. Here comes Alessandrini, too strong. Oh, but there was a check ball by the lines judge. There seems to be an overrule by Rene Gaspillo, our first referee, and he calls the second referee and the lines judge as well. Take a look here. And the overrule stands for Rene Gaspillo. So the point for Ateneo, and it was confirmed by the replay as well.
Right. That's a good decision. That's a good call.
Now
it was over the blocker's hand.
By at least an inch, for sure.
Yeah, but you can't blame Coach Kung Fu because one of the linesmen did.
Hey, you're going to try to get every point you can, for sure. Rondina, it's too low this time around, so 2 straight points for Ateneo. Could be their launch pad for a run here.
Yeah, well, they gotta. We know Ateneo to go a lot to their middle hitters in Beden and Madimadeg. So far, not too much of that yet. Again, reception. You gotta say it over and over again.
Alessandrini blocked. Rondina tries to recover, but just too far even for the athletic CC Rondina.
You know, that's one thing in their loss to LaSalle. The positive statistic was their blocking. They outblocked LaSalle, so we know that that's their strength. So today they've got to also rely on that.
Ateneo on a 3-point run here. Oh, but they throw a point away. Gaston with a service error.
Yeah, that's got to hurt. I mean, Ateneo right now trying to build up, you know, some sort of momentum for their team, and these errors will not help.
UST back with the serve. Galanza at the line.
There's Gemma Galanza older sister of Mafe Galanza.
It look alike.
Yeah. First time I saw Mafe today, I was like, did Gemma just take masters in UST or something?
She's wearing yellow.
There's Mafe Galanza.
Ace for Galanza.
Wow, and an ace. And quickly, UST restores their 4-point advantage. Time out here by Coach
Ateneo.
Okay. Oliver Almagro will listen in to Ateneo.
Oh, we were always saying yes eh. Ina, keep on talking, keep on moving. Hindi ko nakikita yung aggressiveness. Kailangan pa rin aggressive. Move, talk. Be on in authority. Be aggressive. Come on, girls. Ponggay, hinihintay mo na naman gagalaw. Kim, huwag mo nang hintayin si Ponggay. Hinihintay mo pa siyang gumalaw. Akin! That's what nagkakaroon tayo ng problema doon. It's because naghihintayin kayong dalawa kung sino kukuha. You can receive eh, pero naghihintayin kayong dalawa. Ponggay, hindi ibig sabihin na sinabi ko kargaan mo yung serve. Eh, lalakas mo. Karga lang. Come on, we can do this. Go, go, go.
And Coach O with so many corrections in that timeout for Ateneo. Reception, serving. Even Dina Wong got mentioned as well. Be aggressive. Move. Back to the biggest lead of the Golden Tigresses at 4. 14-10. Reception, much better.
Yeah.
Wong. De Leon, that's picked up. Alessandrini. Ooh, the cross is too strong.
Yeah, miss hit there. But what a dig there by Delario.
Yeah.
She just stood, you know, it's like showing the opponent that this is that easy. I don't have to move.
Now
Out of
serving.
Misamis
Leah
Oriental,
De Leon.
Cagayan de Oro is Janelle Delario, number 17, libero of UST. Here comes Bea De Leon serving.
And let's
Get a break
serve.
off the
Ace
tape of the
for
net.
Ateneo.
They'll take it. That's a free point for them.
Mom of Bea De Leon.
Always present.
Good serve. Alessandrini. Off speed that time around. That's too close to the net. Easily put away by Laure.
Seals the net.
Yeah, wasted opportunity there for Ateneo. And Laure, I mean, she showed us also she's not just
Casey
offense.
Galdones.
I think she had 3 excellent blocks also in that game, so she's showing us she's an all-around player.
What a bright future for UST. I mean, Laure already showing
Down
so
the
much
middle,
potential as Galdones unable to get the up.
Yeah, Tolentino, the lone hitter that scored in double figures against that game, against LaSalle, trying to pile up her numbers here.
She will be in the back row though. She's serving 13-15. Laure with the left hand. Rejected. That's tipped. Outside, according to our first referee, Rene Gaspillo, from the hands of Samonte. So
Second
UST
technical
up by 3.
timeout.
Second technical timeout here in the first set. UP Lady Fighting Maroons barely survived UE in their first game over the weekend. Will take on Far Eastern University Lady Tamaraos later on. There's former Lady Eagle Phil Inglet Cayetano hanging out with Gemma Galanza.
And we're back to the game. Milena Alessandrini.
But later
serving
that
for
game's gonna
UST.
be close one, I feel.
Really?
But you gotta, I gotta mention, UP has never defeated FEU in the past years as well.
All right. Because our storyline today, UST never defeated Ateneo in the last 3 years.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting.
Samonte serving 14-16 Ateneo. They've been trailing most of this first set. Good receive from Alessandrini. That was above her shoulders. Rondina outside.
Yeah, she knew that after she landed. She quickly apologized to Coach Kung Fu.
So a 1-point game. UST with their fair share of errors here in set number 1, allowing Ateneo to keep it close.
And we have
Now they're
a
crashing
tie
into the barrier there.
game for Ateneo.
Seems to be okay. But the problem is for UST, we're tied at 16 now. That's 2 straight points for Ateneo after the second technical timeout.
Still
You know, but Eric, here in the first set, you can feel or you can sense that both teams are feeling each other out. No one's really dictating the tempo. So you the viewers will probably feel that it's a slow game so far. Except for that. Except for that.
Not slow anymore, says Maddie Madayag. That's the mom of Maddie. With a good running attack.
Yeah, but we got to credit the reception of Jules Samonte for that.
UST.
Timeout here by UST. Let's listen to Coach Kung Fu.
Ladies, compose tayo. First, receive. Okay, you are the target. Baka pwede mo agawin. Yung spiker natin, Sisi, masyado mo minamadali yung palo mo. Hindi pa nakakangat yung spiker sa kabila. Gusto mo i-check. I-check kasi nauna kang pumalo. Tignan mo gano'ng kalaya yung diferensya. This time, pabagalin niya ng konti yung ano natin, yung atake natin. Masyado mo minamadali yung spiker yung bola. Napaluin, para kaya hindi tumatama. Ngayon, kung gusto nyo bilisan ng palo nyo, kailangan nyo i-diin na sa kabila yung bola. Ha? Tara, pamatay sunog lang muna tayo. UST!
Well, Coach Kung Fu realizing that Alessandrini is becoming a target here of the hard serves. Jules Samonte, Esmosi, and Bong Rapena. Supporting Danny, of course, who has yet to see action in today's game.
And you like it when you see the parents of these players come to support their kids.
The serve is long for Jules Samonte.
Substitution.
As Coach Kung Fu Reyes adjusts here. Coming into the game for the first time, Isabel Jimenez, number 3, and Alina Bicar.
Alina Bicar in for Ea Laure.
Yeah, so full front row, obviously, for Coach Kung Fu and the Lady Tigresses.
Isabel Jimenez is a rookie.
And she's all.
It's an outside hitter. Let's see what she can offer UST today. Gaston, yes!
Straight down the middle for
You can
Gaston.
see for Ateneo, the last 2 plays, their reception has settled down. So Nina Wong has that luxury of trying to distribute the ball.
And immediately Gaston goes to the rookie. See what you're made of. Goes to Jimenez, who was blocking. Rondina, cross court, outside. Rondina off the mark last couple of times. Ateneo now with a 2-point lead, 19-17. Coach Kung Fu his turn to pace the sidelines.
Well, you know, that's a wasted opportunity. They were talking about Ateneo targeting Alessandrini, but she gave a really beautiful first ball, but they could not convert.
Here's a good first ball. Let's see. Jimenez. What a save by Telerio. There is a net violation against Ateneo here. Bea De Leon will complain. Our first referee. Bea De Leon. Very adamant that she did not hit the net. Although the call will stand, of course.
Yeah. No, actually, they were complaining more of the 4 touches before the net touch.
Wong sets it up. De Leon gets it through the block of Rondina. 2-point lead, Ateneo.
Well, that's poetic justice for Bea De Leon.
Somehow you feel vindicated.
Yeah.
Oh, another poor first ball by Alessandrini. She saves it though, off the hands of Jimenez. Wong, Tolentino, single blocker, no good. And Ateneo, their biggest lead at 3 points, 21-18.
Yeah, Ateneo here towards the end of the first set doing things right. UST kind of stepped on the brakes a bit in terms of their game.
Final timeout
Coach
for
Kung Fu
the
calls
UST
another timeout. We'll listen into UST.
You need to pass. Okay? So that the spiker on the front can give a combination by Alina. Okay? Otherwise, going this way. Ate, ang dami nilang pinupuntos. Papali mo na lang ng diin. Huwag mo na masyadong ilis kasi masyado na mababa. Diinan mo na lang. Ay, ilang bola na yung tinatapo natin. Hindi tayo mananalo. Isa, dalawang baba tayo. Score tayo ng isa, dadalawa ulit baba natin. Okay, ito. Mathematically, kaya natin yan. Tatlo lang ang lamang natin. Okay, this time, situational. Okay, situational. O, 3. Top by 3 ang kalaban natin, ha? Wala tayo magkamali. Let's go, UST.
Biggest lead of UST was 4 points, Noreen. Now they're staring down a 3-point hole against Ateneo here in the first set.
Yeah, and Coach Kung Fu was stressing again that they were targeting Alessandrini. Hopefully she can... but she did give a couple of better passes in previous rallies.
And again, trying to target Alessandrini. That time too strong again. A few service errors creeping into the game of Ateneo.
But Coach O did mention the service errors earlier, but Ateneo so far still committing those.
Better serve from Rondina. Underhand set for Wong. Tolentino picked up by Delerio. Alessandrini. Yes!
Milena Alessandrini.
Going over the blockers there. Very smart hit by Alessandrini.
And you also see, I mean, when USD gets a good first ball in the ring, the things they can do.
I mean, we can see right now, even Bicar used to start as a setter, so it's a very lethal 6 for them still.
There's a tip, block, couple of blocks for USD. Tolentino will try again. Partially deflected, kept alive by Bicar. Rondina, over receive. Rondina gets it back. Bicar looks, sets. Jimenez is blocked, and Ateneo will score and get a 2-point lead.
Ateneo is closing the door there. That's the twin towers for you. You have Tolentino and Beja de Leon. It's hard to penetrate that. You gotta angle it more. You cannot hit it into the blockers.
Very tight ending to the first set. 22 serving 20. Bongay Gaston with a good serve. Underhand set. Here comes Alessandrini. Too strong.
Boy, the errors of UST creeping in here towards the latter part of the first set. You said it earlier, they were leading, but somehow they just froze. You know, it was Ateneo scoring the points. A lot of unforced errors for UST.
Yeah, they did allow Ateneo to get in back or get back into this game with the errors they've committed. Alessandrini blocked. Oh, solid defense. They're doing it at the net. The Lady Eagles are up by 4 now. This is set point Ateneo, 24-20.
And guess what? It's the same duo. It's Tolentino and Beja de Leon on the other side.
Offense and defense for the Lady Eagles down the stretch.
For the Lady Eagles.
Bicar will have to chase for this. Rondina. Ateneo looking for the finish here. Jules Samonte kept alive. Oh, what a difficult
good save.
Pick up there for Bicar. Wong sets it up. De Leon is blocked. Samonte. Too hard of an angle for the veteran Jules Samonte.
Yeah, you're right. No, that set was too far. Even a Conturious would have a hard time putting that in.
And
in for
last
Jimenez.
minute sub here,
Ria
Galanza and Laura return
Bicar.
for the Golden Tigers.
Second set point for the Lady
Still
Eagles.
set point for Ateneo.
Or the Lauras supporting Ea.
Mafe
Galanza serving now. USD looking to stay alive here in the first set.
Good serve.
Wong, De Leon. Oh, almost kept alive.
Victory for the Lady
Not good enough,
Eagles.
the effort from USD at the net and on the floor. And Ateneo, a come-from-behind win here in the first set. Somehow, someway, Noreen, down the stretch, they found their rhythm, they found their groove. Down by 4 points against USD. They bounce back and take set number 1. 25-21.